Hi, today I'm going to show you my presentation, which is Pharmadb. So let's start quickly. Let me share my screen. Yeah. So, oops. So my project name is Pharmadb. It's a database system, as you know. And so let's start. What is Pharmadb? Pharmadb is a system that facilitates drug uh, or medicines, customer and sales tracking for pharmacists. The pharmacist can insert, delete, and view tables, and the pharmacist can do insert, delete, and view operations to a single column easily. So why Pharmadb is good and why we should choose it? So it has easy interface to use for users who don't know technology easily. So the ability to perform special operations on columns, work fast, and it has low error rate. Also, it's not allow wrong input from user. That means when user try to enter wrong inputs, that will get an error. So we keep data clean. So my diagrams, I would like to talk about it a little bit because when I started to do my project, this is my 2NF format, by the way. When I designed my project, I did this exactly the same table, but it is also not 1NF because we don't have multi-value in columns. But I have to normalize this table, and I did it actually. This is a 3NF format, but I cannot use this in my code because I didn't object-oriented programming in my code, and the 3NF format is in my class hierarchy, and because of that, I had to use 2NF format in my program. So let me show you my program. Before I show you my program, let me show it my local host, my PHP admin table, and my MySQL table. So as you can see here, let me close it. Yes, and this is my code, and we have Pharmadb right here, and this is my customer table, medicines table, pharmacist table, and sales table. So let's start with sales, and let me show you the structure. As you can see, sales ID, pharma ID, cost ID, med ID, count, date, and total amount we have. And sales ID is primary key, and these are foreign key, as we saw in later. So as you can see here in pharmacist table, we have pharma ID and first name, last name, gender, admin, male, and admin pass and contact we have in our columns. And also in medicine table, we have med ID, med category, name, description, and price. And lastly, we have a customer table, which is cost ID, first name, last name, gender, age, contact, cost mail, and cost password. So also I have to mention another thing in my tables. As you can see here, these values are null. Why? Because later I will show you if the user don't want to enter any of these values, it has to be null, because when you didn't enter any of these values, it will get an error and your code will stop working, and it's not something that we want. And also I did the IDs auto increment. What does that mean? When you add another value to this table or another tables, it will automatically increment cost ID, and you don't have to enter any cost ID value from the user. So let's start to look at my code. Firstly, I would like to show you my code. So first of all, I import my library, obviously, which is connector for MySQL with Python. As I said before, my code is in class hierarchy. Sorry about that. It's a class hierarchy, and I did a main. I open a main class, and I start a while loop here, and it will always run if it's true, obviously, and if it's not true, if we get an error or something else, it will stop working. So this is my connection information for my database, and my host, my user, my password, my port, and my database name, which is here, right here. Yes. And my menu table, I will show you when I start my code, my search operation, my delete operation, my insert operation, and exit for here, as you can see. And I have three main functions, as you can see here, which is search, delete, and insert functions. And we want the table you want to search, and the table you want, the column you want to search, and the value you want to search. After that, I have an SQL statement, as you can see here, select all from, which was the name of the table, and we have where condition, the column name, and the value name. After that, I print my statements, and if you want to keep continue the search operation again, you will print, you will enter yes. If no, you will get another operation. I will show you later, obviously. And also we have delete operations. It's also same with the other search operation. It's same. It has same logic. There is delete, where statements, etc. After that, we have insert operation. And in this operation, we want the input a little bit different. I will show you when I start my code, but it's because the insertion is a little bit tricky than these other operations, and insert operation is a little bit different from the operations, and I have to do this tricky path. So let me run my code first of all. Let's run it. Yes. So we have, as you can see here, this screen. Welcome to Pharmadb database. Press the number for search. So firstly, we have search, delete, insert, and exit. Let's start with search operation. Enter the table you want to search. So let's work with customer table. Oops. Enter the column you want to search. So let's look at the cost ID. Let me give one. Yes. As you can see here, this is me, my ID, my informations. And let's continue. Let's look. Oh, sorry, I did wrong operation. If I say wait. Yes, search, and yes. So search operation. So let me look what we can search. Let me say if my customer ID is not here. We did 3. Oops, I did wrong input. Let's see what will happen. Yes, it gives error. So let's try it again. Enter the table you want to search, customer, cost ID, let's say, and 3. But as you see here, it's not true, and we didn't it didn't do any other search operation. Let's do delete operation. Oops, I did wrong statement. I didn't want this. Okay, let's do another search operation. Quickly, customer cost ID 2. Yes, it works, as you can see here. And let's do an insert operation, customer game. And in the insert operation, I have to use commas for these values, because it doesn't get the values with that way. Let's say I entered 3 values only. Now I have to use these operations to enter, and let's say gender as man. Yes, insert successfully. Let's look. Yes, Ahmed. And these values are null, as you can see, because as I said before, I entered them as null. So let's do quickly a delete operation and delete our values from the table. Let's do customer, and let's look first name, which is Ahmed. Let's see, it deleted. Yes, Ahmed is deleted from our table. No, and I want to exit from my code. Yes, goodbye, as you can see here. Now, as you can see here, this is an easily to use, and you can do your operations with easy way. So it's a really good database for pharmacists that they can use it easily. So thank you for listening to me. I hope you like my project. See you. Stay well.